miss a beat, stay tuned tight. The best of the best, shining bright. Tune in now, it's not a game. Today Ghana News, it's your clan. Tie with Francis, a unique delight. Don't miss the magic, shining bright. Tune in and see the best of the best. Today Ghana News, you'll be impressed. And every week, a new adventure. Francis Jalil, we're ready. From the beach to the dance floor. Don't miss a beat, stay tuned.
Hi everyone. Yes, it's time with Frances. I am your host. My name is Frances. You already know your girl is here every Friday. Okay, I'm here with you guys. You make time, you join me. That is so nice. I don't take it for granted. I always say that. I appreciate all of you. We're here again. Happy new month, by the way. It's the month of July. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, so let's get into it. You already know the program is live via Twitch on satellite. We're live on satellite. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, Linkso, and Today Ghana News and all that. All right, Today Ghana News TV is streaming live with all those platforms, so don't forget to check it out. Yes, I'm live on TikTok as well, so hi to all my TikTokers. We're also live through our social channel on Hing FM 93.5 at King Engman in the Eastern region. Okay, that's in Ghana, in case you don't know. We are live in King's Radio in Accra, Jaframa TV at the Wara, and in OT region, Sakina Information Center at the Tatale, Northern Ghana. At the Lema Community Information Center at Nkwanta and Fans TV, we're also live in the Volta region. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, all my people all the way from Ghana. I appreciate, okay? And I love you guys all so much. All right, today with me, I have two guests. It's gonna be a male and a female thing, but I don't want you guys to think it's a battle. It is not a battle between a man and a woman. It is just to air their opinions about some certain topics that has been trading on the social media and also topics personally I would just want to love to ask. And you already know it's an interactive show. So if you also have something that you want to share, just let us know in the comment section. Let us know your name, where you're watching us from. And also if you have a question, you can also throw in there. I will do you the honors. I will definitely ask the questions and then my guests will be able to answer them for you. All right, guys, it's time with Frances. I am your host, Frances Ja, but don't go anywhere. After this break, we're going to introduce the ladies actually with me here, but the guy will be joining in later. Okay, so we're going to start off with the lady. This time we're early. The guy is going to be a bit late. Okay, because of time difference, because he's going to be streaming from the United States, okay, Maryland to be precise. So he's a bit late on that, but he's going to join in. And if when he comes, definitely we'll throw him some one or two questions so that he can also share his ideas and his opinion as well. So like I said, don't go anywhere. Your girl will be right back after this short commercial break.
Every person deserves a future shaped by dignity and inclusion. On July 10th, 2025, we mark the UN International Day of Hope in Gamoa East, Ghana, standing with African disability policy advocates who are pushing for real policy change. Hope starts with awareness. Join us.
Who the hell is this?
I miss you, like that.
Why?
I miss you.
Why is your ex calling you? See, I'm done with this.
I shall see you. If to say you be serious, now me and you for be fit. But you just a panasty. You just a panasty.
Now you are one for all. But you just they balance me. Yeah. Now you they balance me.
Oh, if not so sweet, yeah. Now me, now you desire. Now we two for high line. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. If not so sweet, yeah. Now you for be me wife. It's sweet, sweet, but one.
Oh, baby. If you're ready for me, I go ready for you. Cause the other guys, they don't matter. They don't matter.
If you're ready for me, I go ready for you. Cause them other girls, they don't matter. They don't matter.
Make a Bluetooth speaker, me I don't connect by you. Every day I they call it by you. Everything I they call it by you.
Like a Wi-Fi, me I don't connect by you. You know say I be spending by you. Them other girls got nothing on you. Them got nothing on you.
Oh, if not so sweet, yeah. Now me how you desire. Now we two for high line. Oh baby, oh baby.
If not so sweet, yeah. Now you for be me wife. It's sweet, sweet, but one.
Oh baby, if you're ready for me, I go ready for you. Cause the other guys, they don't matter. They don't matter.
If you're ready for me, I go ready for you. Cause them other girls, they don't matter. They don't matter.
If to
Yes, joining me after the break. I told you guys I'm joined here by a lovely lady. You all know her. She's not new. This is Tatev. So Tatev is here. We're going to talk, like I said before the break, we're going to talk about trending topics. She's representing all the female, okay, here. But before we get into that, let me also tell you this program is live at Twitch and satellite, Facebook, YouTube, and links are on Today Ghana News TV. I'm also streaming live on Facebook and on TikTok. Okay, so if you're joining me live, if you're following me live on those platforms, you can see and watch us and also throw in your comments. All right, so yes, and also our social channel, yes, before I forgot, we're on Hing FM 93.5 at King Hingman in the Eastern region, King's Radio in Accra, Jeffrema TV at the Wara in OT region, Sakina Information Center at Tatalena, Ghana, at the Lema Community Information Center. We're at Nkwanta and Fans TV also at the Flow in the Volta region. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And let's welcome our guests. Tatev, introduce yourself, my girl.
Thank you so much for having me in your show again. I'm really excited. Every time I come to your show, this is the second time that I'm on her TV show. And I want to say for the first time, I really enjoyed it. Every conversation we have had. And we were well prepared. We knew what we had to talk about. But this second one that I'm here, thank you so much, first of all, for the opportunity that you gave me to attend your show, TV show again. It means a lot, you know. And for this one, we don't know anything that she's going to ask us. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really, you know, debative. Of course, healthy, but
Yes, I hope so.
we hope so. But I'm very excited and happy to be on this TV show, and very excited for all the comments, for other people throwing in their ideas and opinions here. So yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you so much, Tata, for also honoring the invitation because I know you're a busy person, but you made up time to be here. I really appreciate that. Yeah. And we're going to be joined by another gentleman. He's going to be streaming all the way from the United States, Maryland to be precise. So we're waiting on him. He's going to be a bit late. We apologize for that because of the time difference. Okay. The time differences. And also, we are going to continue though with our topic. When he gets here, I mean, it's a fair game. Okay, I'm also going to ask him the same question, and he's also going to tell us his own ideas from a man's perspective. And Tatev here is going to represent all, not all the female, but like what most female think about. I'm sure that is what she's gonna say, and also our male guest will also represent all the males out there as well. And I think he's gonna say a lot of things that males want to say. Okay, so it's not a clash, it's not a banter, it's just a debate. Okay, we just want to know and have opinions from both sides, male and female. Okay, guys, so yes, let's just get into it at once. All right, so I'm going to start with some affirmation, with some talks that is trending on Instagram.
Okay.
All right, so I saw this. The lady said it's a harsh truth, and I personally I don't agree with everything she says.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do agree with some of the things
Yeah.
that she mentioned on her video. I'm gonna say, is it true that people who try to humble you are just uncomfortable with your power? Because she mentioned one of that. I don't agree with this, but what is your take on
I
that?
personally don't agree on that. Yes, in your life you might have people around you who are toxic because in today's day and age you will meet different types of people, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're humbling you. And someone that humbles you in your life, you should be grateful for that because life, whatever happens in our life, challenges, hardships, people going and coming, all these things humbles us as people. And being humble is not a bad thing, it's a good thing.
But I also think if it's coming from a right place, because people want to humble you in a wrong, it's coming from a wrong place. They don't care about you. They don't. It's just because they just want to say stuff to you, and they think you should listen, trying to manipulate you. You know. But I think some people genuinely believe you and want the best for you. So maybe if they mention some certain things, it's something. I mean, if you know that thing, it's actually, I mean, affecting people. Probably he or she is not the first person who mentioned it to you. So you should also look into that. We should not always, I mean, thinking that, oh, it's because of, like, in a negative way, always trying to attack the next person. I don't think it's right, if you ask me. But just check in within yourself and be sure. If it's something that you know you need to work on, just work on it. Don't always think that if somebody's trying to do this, he's coming from a negative way. But at the same time, some people can really, really come from a negative way. I'm just looking at it both sides.
Exactly, and it depends, like you said, it depends from the person, whoever does it to you. And you know, I personally, I love to analyze things in my life, whatever it is, like people telling me stuff. So it depends who is trying to humble you in your life. You know? And also there are lots of negative people who will throw in harsh words to make you feel small, but you know, it's them that hurt at the end, not you. If you know your place, you know who you are, you will not allow that to affect you in any negative way or form. And yeah, so that's my opinion.
And she also mentioned, because why I'm stating all this, she's a very like popular lady. I'm not going to mention names, but I know most of you maybe must have seen her video on Instagram. But I don't want people to just watch and carried away because most people believe, or when they say, oh, yes, girl power, we have to take it. You know, no, don't do that. Don't take everything people say and just act on it and say, oh yeah, we're all women, we have to support whatever she says is right. Like I said, some things she said, I agree. Some I don't agree. Okay? And don't take all this information. It's not only her, it can be any other person, but just be careful with what you take in. All right. And is it true that a friend who becomes an enemy after a little misunderstanding has always been an enemy?
To some degree, I would agree.
Okay. So let's hear it.
Uh, because if somebody is your friend, your closest friend, and if you do something bad or a mistake,
Yeah.
then your friend should be understanding because that's your friend. And they will know, like, okay, nobody's perfect by any stretch on this planet Earth.
Yeah.
They will understand and they will try to communicate and help you out. A friend will be next to you no matter what. You know, they will try to get you.
Because, like I said, okay, she said a little misunderstanding. So the word little bit just like
Yes.
everything. That means it's not something huge.
Yeah.
Because if it was something big and you're the one that actually messed up, you have to say sorry.
Yeah.
But if it's just something little that you think, well, people define little different way.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Because your little cannot be my little.
Yeah,
You know,
makes sense.
but I'm just gonna say generally, if it's something that you know that it's not a huge,
No,
it's not crossing the line.
Yeah.
Okay, I think if that person tried to overreact, then we might agree with her on this. Don't you
Yeah, if
think?
it's a little misunderstanding, then your friend should understand that it's okay, let's just move on. They'll try to like ease it out and just be nice to you. So yeah, but if somebody is getting like easily frustrated with it, they don't want to talk to you, they stuff, then no, that's not a friend. So
Yeah.
I agree with her.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, is it nobody throws a rock at a tree that doesn't bear any fruit? I 100% believe like what she says here, because if you're not growing, if you're not, I mean, doing well for yourself, nobody hates on you. That's just the truth,
That's
right?
so true. Exactly. Like, I believe that whatever like glow up we have at the end is because we have gone through a lot. A lot of people threw rock on us. We got broken. We got hurt in so many ways. So I definitely agree. So yeah, and there's this good story that I always tell to people. It's about a glow stick. So there are these kids in a dollar store, and then this man is standing behind them in a check line in the queue, and then this toddler has the glow sticks, and the glow sticks are not, once you break it, it glows, right? But if you don't break it, it doesn't glow. And the baby was crying and wanted the glow sticks, and the mother gets angry on the toddler and is like, give the glow sticks to the baby, and the baby just takes the glow sticks and just moves around like this without getting the effect of it, right?
Yeah.
So the toddler takes the glow sticks from the baby, right, and breaks it so that it glows and gives it to the baby. And then it says, the toddler turns and says to the mother, if I never broke it, the baby would not understand the full effect of it. So it's the same with us. Once we are broken, we glow.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with her.
Okay. All right. So welcome. Yes, our second guest is in. Thank you so much, Mitch, for joining us. Yeah, please introduce yourself so that the viewers will get to know you.
Hi, my name is Mitchell Gay. I reside in the United States, Maryland, and thank you, Miss Francis, for inviting me to your show.
Thank you also for, I mean, honoring the invitation, because I know the time difference is a bit, I mean, I mean, we all know that. But thank you so much for making time to be here to represent all the guys. All right. So, like I said earlier, we're not here to like kill each other. Okay. We're just here to debate. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but we're going to make it in a safe environment. And I mean, we all agree to disagree. I think it's one of those things. Yeah. All
Sure,
right. So
definitely.
before you join in, we were just trying to go with some information that's out there that we want to also, I want to know your point of view if you agree, because I personally don't agree with everything, all this motivational speaker or affirmation out there that is going around. But we just want a guy's perspective as well. So I'm going to ask you and see what's your take on it. She says people who try to humble you are just uncomfortable with your power. What is your take on this phrase?
People who try to humble you are
Are
comfortable,
uncomfortable.
are
Yeah, they're
uncomfortable
just uncomfortable with your power.
with your power.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I'm learning about power is when one has power, you get to see their real character and their real personality, right? And I understand that some people will try to dim your light when they know that you overshine them. I understand that part, but I also know that with power comes responsibilities, right? And pride does not work with power, right? So I don't know in what aspect of humbleness they're talking about, because humility is a very great aspect in life, period. You need to humble yourself. Humility is like one of the most important thing in anyone's life. If you're too proud and you have so much pride and ego, it's these two things, they don't work together. Power and that and pride, it's very dangerous. So I don't know from what point of view they're coming from, but all I can say is, of course, some people become very uncomfortable with your growth, right? And because they're uncomfortable with your growth, they will try to dim your light. And definitely, of course, I wouldn't allow someone who, just because I am in this part of my life and because you're uncomfortable with it, you want to try to dim my light. I'm not going to allow you to do that. But also, that does not mean that I am not supposed to humble myself, right? Humility. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying I don't know in what sense of humble because I'm uncomfortable do they mean, but I do know that with power comes responsibility. Just because you have power, don't mean that you cannot humble yourself. You know what I mean? But that also does not mean that you should allow anybody to dim your light because they are uncomfortable with your growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And also, she was saying, is it true that a friend who becomes an enemy after a little misunderstanding has always been an enemy?
A friend who becomes an enemy after a little misunderstanding has always been an enemy. Uh, well, in the first place, it depends on the misunderstanding. And period, like, honestly speaking, people have to learn to choose who they come around. You, when you have a friend, you're always going to see the red flags, right? When you are being successful and things are happening in your life, you watch how they react to that, right? And you would know if this person is good to be your friend or not, right? Because at the end of the day, if they're not good to be your friend, you always know. Even before that issue happened, you will know that, you know what, this person is not even happy about a simple success that I have. People that are your enemies, you always figure them out. Don't get me wrong, it's hard to always sometimes know them because some people are so sly, some people are so slick in a way. You can't even know when they're doing things behind your back. You know what I mean? But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, some misunderstandings between friends, it depends on the type of misunderstanding. If it is a misunderstanding that I know is one of those things that could cost me something very big, and you cause that to happen, maybe because you're jealous. Yeah,
Well,
we're not.
actually, she said a little, but like I said earlier, I was telling her my little maybe might not be little to you because it would depend. But I just feel like if it's not something that crosses the line, like morally or, you
But
know,
that's exactly what I'm saying. If it's because I think like because there's also this thing wherein I can forgive you, but I don't have to be your friend. You get what I'm saying? You can do something to me. I can forgive you, especially if I don't like what you did to me, and I know this is something that is actually definitely going to create a breakage in our friendship. I am still going to forgive you because forgiveness is very important in life. You're not even doing it for that person. You're doing it
okay,
specifically for yourself, right? So I am
okay.
going to forgive you, but that does not mean that we have to become friends.
And that's what she's saying. If a little misunderstanding and you decide you don't want to be friends with this person, don't you think you're already an enemy? You've been an enemy always, but you're just using this situation to just cut the person off.
Well, the thing is, it depends on what kind of friendship you guys had, though, because there are friendship and there are associates,
No, she said
right?
friend. She said friends. If
Friend.
the phrase was, is it true that I'm asking because she said if a friend become an enemy after a little misunderstanding, the person has always been an enemy.
Yeah, true. Especially if it's not a. I think I now not understand where you're coming from. Especially if it's not an issue that should make you guys an enemy. If it's something as little that should not even create you guys becoming enemy, then he or she never really liked you.
Yes, because I
So
believe
she
enemy is
used.
just a strong word. So if you decide that all of a sudden your friend is your enemy, no, that's just for me. I mean, I'll give you a side eye.
No, definitely, definitely, because there is no reason why you should become somebody's enemy because of a little misunderstanding.
Especially somebody you consider like your friend or best
Friend.
friend.
Yeah,
All
definitely,
right,
exactly.
so let's move on to the next one. She said nobody throws a rock at a tree that doesn't bear any fruit. I think I agree with her on this one. I don't know what you think.
Now, of course, in order for you to throw the rock at the tree, what kind of tree though? Because some trees don't bear fruits.
Exactly. If you don't bear fruits, nobody wants to pick your fruits because there's
Exactly.
nothing to throw. So I believe that when you're being successful, definitely people will just want to throw things at you.
Uh,
All
I
right,
mean,
so that's easy. I think you also agree with that, okay?
yeah.
All right, so let's do this last one, then we get into another section. So this one is it's not a stabbing in the back, but it's not a stabbing in the back that kills you. It's when you turn around and actually see who's holding the
Oh, nice
knife.
one.
Yes. What do you think?
Um, depends who's holding the knife in the first place. If it's someone who is very dear to you
Yes.
and behind your back does things and you just turn and see, then it definitely will hurt a lot. Um, I agree with her, and like I said, it depends on who the person is who is holding the knife.
Yeah, that's what she said. Actually, when you turn and you see who is holding, I think that's
Yes.
what really kills you.
Yes, exactly. It might not kill you physically, physically you will get wounded and that wound will someday go away. But when you see the person that was so dear to you is the one that's holding the knife, then that's a spiritual like wound. It will stay there for a long time. And for a lot of people, like people who are emotional, vulnerable, it will be very hard for them to get over it. Because come on, it's life. It happens to everyone.
Have you ever been stabbed by somebody like you least expect?
Yes. Yes, definitely. And that's the most painful thing ever. Like you don't know, even though you haven't done any wrong to someone, you're not the one who's supposed to feel guilty. But in some ways, you just feel so hurt, so bad that you don't even want to look into the person's eyes. You're like, how could you do this?
Yeah. So yeah, so that was it. I think I support this. That is 100. Sometimes when the person who is actually holding the knife or do something to you, you don't really care much about that person. It doesn't really hurt. But when the person that you least expect, because sometimes you don't even know, see it coming. You've not seen any green light from this person. You've not noticed anything bad from this person, and all of a sudden, boom, and it's the one that really kills you. All right, so Mitch, thank you for joining again. What is your take on that phrase now? Nobody throws a rock. I'm sorry, it's not about who is, stabs you, but when it's
You
not
turn
the
around.
stabbing, sorry, yes, in the back that kills you. Is when you turn and
You,
actually see the person holding the knife.
no, definitely. Especially if it's someone who you guys have gone through thick and thin and you've done everything in life together and you're not expecting that from that person at all. It doesn't only kills you, it makes you start asking yourself questions.
Yeah.
about that relationship, right? To the point where, like she said, sometimes it makes you even feel guilty. But I always say this, right? I'm not gonna feel guilty for somebody trying to do something to me. And the moment I have to turn around and know that it was you that did it, yeah, that relationship is going to be completely over. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to see you around me because somebody like that, you can't keep them around because you don't know what's gonna happen next. You don't know what they're capable of doing to you next. And it's gonna hurt so bad, especially when you know this is somebody that you cared for. This is somebody that showed that they cared for you. And I always say this, right? If somebody really, 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 really say that they love you and they care for you, they will never stab you in your back. They will never do that. I don't care what the issue is. When you say you
Okay.
love someone and you care for them, there's no reason for you to do certain things, period. If you have to do it, then that means you never cared or loved me in the first place.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna just take a pause.
Something with the communication going on.
All right. Okay.
We start at the bus. Doesn't necessarily have to be your friend or a loved one. Anybody can stop you at the bus.
Yeah, but we're saying it hurts more when you turn and see the person.
Anyone can stop you. This is life. Life happens. Sometimes it's not only your loved one that will stab you, that it will even hurt more. Maybe someone you might just come across, or probably work or life. And that's when the friend enemy comes in. You will turn back to look at the person with the knife, and it's not even your friend. You will turn back to look at the person behind, and it's your family. You will turn back to look at the person behind, and it's your husband. So it's not all about your best friend, your friend, or the person you love. It can even be your worst enemy that will stab you at the back.
Yes, that's what she said. She said that she's not, no, she wasn't talking about a friend or anyone. She said that it's not the stabbing in the back that is the problem. It's when you turn around and see who's actually, yes, that is where the
That's
is.
where I come in. Even when you turn around and see the person that stabbed you holding the knife, it's not even your friend. Anyone can stab you.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it can be anybody. So, yes, all right. So if I turn around and I see it's my worst enemy, I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, I don't even care about this person. But when I think where she's coming from is when it comes from a loved one or your husband or your wife or your sister or your brother or even your mother.
I think
That is where I'm sure she was coming from with.
Yeah, I think she forwarded that question from him.
I think so too.
Seeing the knife can be anyone. Do you understand?
Yes,
and
yes.
Maybe that's because when you guys were discussing about friend, enemy, and stuff, I really wanted to contribute, but I muted myself.
All right. Okay,
because
so
when your friend can be your enemy, you guys will still have issues that you think is nothing, that okay, probably that person soaks that in their heart all the time towards you that you don't even know. And when something little happens, the person takes up. The person is gone. The person doesn't want to be friends with you. That person has been an enemy in the green grass for a long time that you don't know. So nothing, like something will not just happen and your friend will just go off. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
yeah. All right. So let's talk about this thing, about this relationship. Okay, it's I don't agree with it when they say there's this phrase that's talking about on social media. A man is a man or a woman could be a gold digger. What do you think?
No woman. Okay, this is my opinion. I'm sure a lot of women will agree. No woman on this planet Earth is ever a gold digger. Okay.
Okay.
No
Why?
woman. Why? Because okay, here's the thing. We women, we always love attention. And when you are my person next to me, when you're my lover, of course you have to take care of me, and it needs to be vice versa. Of course, there needs to be the respect and everything, and And whatever is happening at the end of the day in a relationship is a both-way agreement.
Okay.
It can be one way. It can be only the girl's agreement and the boy will be like, yeah, she's a gold digger. No, that's just you're labeling the person like that.
All right. So can a man be a gold digger then?
No, I don't. Nobody is a gold digger. Like I said, we all as human beings, we need that support and care and attention from each other. So if we're, let's say, for example, in a relationship, yeah, like if we're in a relationship, then yes, I have needs that needs to be taken care of. You have needs that needs to be taken care of. So let's spoil each other. Like let's work with each other. Let's grow together. Let's spoil each other. And like I said, if it's not a normal relationship, the girl is talking to the person just like that. And like I said, they have to figure out between themselves and just come to an understanding because at the end of the day, nobody can turn and label somebody as a gold digger. Like if somebody's using your money, then you give that permission for the person to use your money. Nobody can come and forcefully take your money away from you. Nobody can force. No girl will forcefully come and drive your Lamborghini until unless you give the girl the opportunity, like, yeah, girl, like, yes, baby, go and drive my car, like. But you can't go and behind her back and be like she's a gold digger, or break up and at the end be like, oh, she was a gold digger, you know, she used me for my car and money, because that's ridiculous.
Okay, I hope all the guys out there can agree. Michelle, Midge, are you there?
I'm here. I
Yeah,
want
so
to. I
the
want to
same
hear
question.
the. I want
Yes.
to. I want to hear the. I want to hear the opinion of the other lady that is in the show. I heard another voice, even though I can see
No,
them.
we will take you, then we'll take her because like it's
Because it
totally
looks like
different. Yes.
it's three of you against one of
No,
me. So it's
no,
okay.
it's not three. Everybody has the. I mean, I'm neutral. Okay, I'm like the. What's it called? The referee here. I'm here to come the whole thing
Okay.
down. All right.
So
So what's your
this is what
take?
I'm gonna say. She said that nobody is a gold digger. Actually, that's not true. Some people are gold diggers. Some women
So
and
are you
some
saying women or men? So be specific.
both. And I'm talking about both. As a
Okay.
man, okay, as a man, I know a lot of women that are gold diggers, and this is not something that they hide. They let
Mm-hmm.
you know that the reason why they're around you is not for love. Okay, if you don't love me, you're a gold digger. If you're only around me because of what I can give to you, that's what you are. You're a gold digger. If
Yeah, but
so, I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example, right? When I was in college,
Okay.
a friend of mine rented I forgot what car it was, and we parked it somewhere, and we were walking, right? And we spoke to this girl, and she was acting all bougie and stuff, right? And then
Okay.
when she saw us walking towards the vehicle, it was a very dope car. All of a sudden, she wanted to say hi to us.
What type of
What is
car?
that? I think it was no, it wasn't. It was not a Lambo. I think I forgot what it was, but it was one of these classic cars that you could just rent if you just wanted to drive. It was a long time ago. This was all the way back when I was in college, right? And
Okay.
at the end of the day, what would you call that? If that is not a gold digging girl, right? You when we said hi to you before you did not see the car, you didn't want to talk to us. You didn't even care because we were just little guys who were just dressed somehow and all that type of stuff. But the moment you saw us walking into the vehicle, all of a sudden you want to smile to us. What is that, man? That's pure gold digging. And it's not just ladies that do that. There are men too who are gold diggers. There are men who come around women because those women have money. There are a lot of that. There are a lot of those. Hey, I was just before I joined you guys, I was just watching a show exactly like that,
Okay.
where the only reason, I mean, the guy literally said the only reason why I'm around you is because of your car and because you're going to be able to take me to the US. That's exactly what he said. So he's a gold digger, right?
Okay.
So your our wonderful, beautiful hosts and your guest over there just said, no, nobody's a gold digger. You know, you just got to spoil. Of course, if you're my girlfriend or you're my wife and you need to be spoiled, I am going to spoil you. That's my job as a man. My job as a man is to make sure my woman is good. But there's a difference between knowing that I have to do something and knowing that the only reason why you are here is not because you care about me. If you care about me and you love me, of course I'm gonna spoil you. But if you don't love me and you're just here for my money, I am going to know. Like, it's clear.
Okay, let's hear from
Okay.
Wardia because she has something to say. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. To some level, I would say in some ways I agree, but I would never label someone as a gold digger because it's such a disrespect. Because those people who are running after materialistic stuff, they are going through a lot of mental problem, and like psychologically they're going through stuff that needs to be met, like maybe they had some childhood trauma, maybe they had abandonment issues, maybe they look at love in a different way. And like, come on, if you know I'm a gold digger, you don't want to talk to me, like you can say that to me, but you know I'm a gold digger and you agree on that, you know I'm here for your money and your car and you're still okay with it, then you have no right later to call me out names. That's what I'm trying to say. And those people that they call gold diggers, these people are going through like psychological problems, mental health issues. They have abandonment issues. They want to be taken care of. They think that love for them is materialistic stuff. Somebody giving you money, somebody telling you to drive cars. So I'm looking at it more in a humanitarian way. But no, it's not good. If I personally know that someone talking to me is after my money and my car, then I'll be like, no, you know.
But I also will come in, okay? Everybody have standards. We all know that.
Yeah.
Even when a guy want to date a lady, they have certain standards that you, the lady, has to meet. It's the same with girls.
Yeah.
I have a set of standards in a guy that I'm looking at dating. Okay? So if I meet you and I've already said, I'm not going to date a broke person, like what you said, maybe about abandonment issues, or probably I've been deceived by somebody like
Or
that
trust
before,
problems,
or trust issues. I don't think I want to make that same mistake. Okay? So this time around, I'm just going to say, okay, you know what? The last time I was there for this person. So this time, instead of me securing my space, securing my mental health, I'm just going to pay someone who is rich. So at the end of the day, if you leave me, I'm not going to feel anything.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I think I'll gain more than you. And that aside, that is with the issues for the person. But also, naturally, women have standards.
Exactly.
Okay, you see a lady because you see, she saw you, like he was saying, in a car, maybe a Lambo or a Rolls Royce. You don't know what she's also driving.
Yeah.
You
don't know what she's
understand?
also thinking.
You understand? You don't know where she's coming from. You don't know where she's working. You don't know her class. You understand? So she sets a standard and she's saying, this is the kind of guy I'm looking out for. But that doesn't mean automatically because she saw you in the car and decides to say hello, she's a gold digger.
Yeah.
Because some girls don't want to date a broke guy. It's just normal.
That's
for them.
totally normal. You know, I totally agree with that because as a girl as well, me personally, I have standards that I will not date a broke guy. Yes, I'll date a rich guy or normal guy, and that doesn't mean I am someone who is a gold digger. That means I'm securing myself and I have my standards. This is the person I'm looking forward to, and that's the person I'm looking forward to become. So the girl that approached you, for example, and smiled and said hello, she might or might not be a gold digger. We don't know, right? As you said, but you know, she might also be rich and she's looking for someone with her standards. Like you can say.
Exactly. All right, guys, don't forget the show is Time with Frances. The program is live at Twitch, on satellite, Facebook, YouTube, and links on Today Ghana News TV. I'm also streaming live on TikTok today and Facebook, okay? We're also live on our other channels, Hing FM 93.5 at Kim Hingman in the Eastern region. We're live on King's Radio, that's in Accra, Jeffrema TV at Wara in Otiv region, Sakina Information Center at Konta, and Fans TV also at the Aflawo in the Volta region. Don't forget, it's an interactive show, so you have time to send in your questions, tell us where you watching from. And also, if you have any questions, if you have anything to say concerning what we're discussing about, the affirmation, relationship between men and women, please feel free to tell us what you think in the comments section. Okay, we're going to go for a break, and when we return, we'll continue. Okay, this is just a warm up, so please don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back after this break.
Every person deserves a future shaped by dignity and inclusion. On July 10th, 2025, we mark the UN International Day of Hope in Gamoa East, Ghana, standing with African disability policy advocates who are pushing for real policy change. Hope starts with awareness. Join us.
Don't miss a beat, stay tuned tight. The best of the best, shining bright. Tune in now, it's not a game. Today Ghana News, it's your clan. Tie with Francis, a unique delight. Don't miss the magic, shining bright. Tune in and see the best of the best. Today Ghana News, you'll be impressed. And every week, a new adventure. Francis Jalil, we're ready. From the beach to the dance floor. Don't miss a beat, stay tuned.
Welcome back, guys. All right, just coming in the act. All right, it's time with Frances. I am here with two guests. One is a female and a male. Tatev is presenting, what's female, the women thing. And also we have another guest coming from the United States. It's Mitch. Mitch is also joining us from the United States, okay? Before the break, I told you guys, please tell us where you're watching us from. And if you have any questions, just say it, okay? We would like to hear it. And also the program is live at Twitch, on satellite, Facebook, YouTube, and links are on Today Ghana News TV, where I'm also streaming live on Facebook. I'm also streaming live on TikTok. Yes, we're also live on our Saturday channel on FM 93.5 at the King Hengma in the Eastern Region, King's Radio in Accra, Jeffrey TV at the Warrior in the OT region, Sekina Information Center at Teteley, Northern Ghana, at the Lema Community Information Center, and at Kwantan and France TV also in the Aflo region, in the Volta region. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, so before the break, we're talking about the phrase gold digger. I'm asking my guest, what do they think if a woman or a man can be a gold digger? So that have through some like what she thinks being a gold digger, and also Mitch also said, and I also give my own opinion. So let us know what's your opinion. And there's this phrase, okay, that what do you bring to the table? Do you think it's the right thing for guys to be asking, what do you bring to the table?
It's such a lame question in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean what I bring to the table? I bring so much more. I bring myself, I bring my standards, I bring my heart to the table for you. I do everything, and what in the first place, what do you bring to the table? Do you bring money so that I can make it a better house for you? What do you bring to the table? I think it's such a toxic question that is being asked, whether from a girl's perspective or a man's perspective. It's hurtful and it's disrespectful. Yeah. If somebody ever asks you that question, run. I swear, run.
All right, so Mitch, are you there, or have you run away?
They don't, they don't appreciate you. They don't see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't appreciate you. That's
So, but we are talking about the phrase, what do you bring to the table? From both perspectives. I mean, a girl can also say that, okay? A guy can also say that. So, what do you think of that phrase? Is it something you can also ask someone you're dating? Like, what do you bring to the table? Or if somebody asks you, what do you bring to the table? Are you going to feel offended?
bouquet of flowers.
So, so this is how when it comes to that question, I say this. Um, Before I have to talk to a woman or date a woman, right? I already know who that person is. I already know what I want and what I need, right? And because I know what I want and what I need, I look for that person that I know that can give me that want and need, and I know what that person is already going to bring in the relationship. Me asking the question of what do you bring to the, I don't need to ask that question. Why don't I need to ask that question? Because I already know who that person is. I listen, everybody, every one of us, whether it's you guys, whether it's me, what kind, whether it's a man or a woman, whatever it is, we all know what we want and need. And because we all know what we want and need, we go for that thing that we want and need. And that thing that we want and need has the the character and the personalities or whatever it is that we want and need in them. I'm not going to go after something that I'm going to have to ask, what are you bringing to the table? The question, I hear that, and don't get me wrong, I hear that question a lot. I hear it a lot of times. Everybody asking, what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? And a lot of women always say, well, look at me. This is all me. I am the table. You know, see, the problem with that statement, first of all, is that all of this is not, all of this is gonna go away. You know, that beauty, that all of the,
Now, I think
it's
they say that because a guy will ask the question, like,
It's a
what do you
toxic
bring to the
question.
table? Of course, I bring all of this.
Of course, and so
Because,
yeah,
much more.
yes.
but
And
as a
also, she has worked on her body. I mean, going to the gym and doing
okay, well,
certain things. It's not there.
as a very
So, yes, if you
intelligent,
ask me that kind of question and I reply with my looks, definitely you shouldn't feel offended.
And just like you
I am,
said, you would never ask that question to anyone, right? So a
yeah, but
healthy green flag man like you will never ask a lady that question. Those questions are being asked by toxic men. So if a man asks that question, the girl would definitely say this. So definitely I'll
and
say
that- and that
this.
and that and that and that's why I have a little bit of problem. Because if you think to yourself that your physical appearance, your physical beauty is what the table is, then I am sure you don't understand what a relationship is all about. Because at the end of the day, beauty and physical appearance, it's going to fade. So you thinking that that is what you bring to the table, it's already a problem. Let's say if I was going to ask that question, right? Let's just say I was going to ask that question, and then you
Yeah.
tell me, that that means there's nothing else that you're coming with. You're only coming with your beauty and your whatever, your physique.
Yeah, but the
Where's the
question
brains?
first,
Where is the intelligence? Where is your capability to know that, for example, if something was to happen to me, that you can be able to hold the family together?
okay, but
You're
where's the
just bringing your
intelligence in
brains
asking
and
that
your
question
beauty.
in the first place? Where's the intelligence in asking that question to a lady or to your partner? So of course, with anger, holding herself back, that's what she's going to say. A normal person will never ask that. An intelligent man will never ask that question to the girl. That's what I'm trying to say. But of course, as women, we bring so much to the table. Let's say if we have to say and explain physically, mentally, spiritually. We are spiritual mentors as women, so we are always there next to the guy, guiding the guy, supporting the guy spiritually and mentally to succeed, right? But if my stupid guy is going to ask me, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Then, of course, out of anger, I'm going to be like this.
I will just tell you,
You know what I'm trying to say. You know where I'm coming from. It's a stupid
I'm,
question,
I'm, tr-
so you have
I'm
to.
trying to, I'm trying to comprehend where you're coming from. But I think the problem and the reason why most of these questions have been asked is because of the contemporary world in which we live in now, where everybody's trying to figure out what who brings what and what brings who, right? And I think the problem is a lot of us when we get into relationships, we have so much expectations. And one of the biggest problems with expectations is that they're going to fail you. So I don't think I am worried that much about what that person brings to the table, especially when I know what I need and want. Because trust me, if I know what I need and want, I am going to go for that thing that I need and want. And when I see that thing that I need and want, I don't need to ask a question of what you bring to the table because I already know what I need and what I want is that thing, and you come with the thing that I need and want. And I am going to get away a little bit from this, right? At the end of the day, man, the problem is we're getting away from kingdom aspects of relationship. We are too contemporary. I'm sure both of you are Christian women. Hmm? We're too
Yes.
contemporary these days. We're getting away from kingdom principles of relationship. If you consider kingdom principles of relationship, I don't need to ask you what you bring to the table. Because if I know
Yeah.
that you're following the kingdom principles of a relationship, and I know I'm doing the same, and I'm not talking about spirituality here because some people can be very spiritual and they can be terrible in marriage, right?
Yeah.
And eh, but if I understand the kingdom principles and I know what is expected of me as a man, and I know what and you know what is expected of you as a woman, and I know what you need and want as a woman, and you know what I need and want as a man, there's no reason why we should worry about who is
Can
bringing
I
what to the
say
table.
something? So
Okay.
the only reason you will know what I want and I will know what you want, you will know my expectations, I will know your expectations in a relationship is only through mature communication. If in any relationship there is no communication between those two people, then definitely there's going to be a clash between them. And of course, the guy will ask, what do you bring to the table? Because once upon a time, they were not able to communicate to make things clear between them. So I believe that in a strong relationship, a communication between the couples is very important and it's the key to at least a successful, normal relationship, long lasting communication skills.
All right, so I want to say this out there. Is it because, like, when most lady meets guys, when they go on a date, people say, "Can you take care of me? Can you handle my bills? Can you pay my rent? Can you do this?" I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay, this is just from another way I'm looking at it. Is it that is why probably most of these guys will also come out and say, "What do you bring to the table?" Because if you're asking me all this, like for me to do this, do this, do this, probably you have to bring something to the table as well for me to be able to take care of your needs. But
So
I
this is
just
what I'm
think that it's a wrong way, it's a wrong approach, it's not matured communication skills. It's just no for me. You ask me what I bring to the table, I'll tell you, boy, I am not a waitress. So I can bring nothing for you to the table. If you want a
so
waitress, you can go and get it somewhere.
Yes, girl, go for it.
so this is what I'm gonna say though. I think that I don't need. I'm gonna say this. Like I'm sure before I have to come and know that I want to have to be with someone, I should know that this person, when you're my wife, my duty is to make sure I take care of you, your responsibilities, right? So that means, as a man, before I walk up to a woman to know that I want to be with them, I need to prepare myself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, everything set or wholesomeness or whole me before I can say that I'm going to go into a relationship. Because if I am not a whole person 100%, and I'm talking about mental, spiritual, financial, um, you know, everything that has to do with the wholeness of a person, right? Then why am I trying to get into a relationship in the first place? Because at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, most of the time you're going to have to.
All right. Okay. I think we should move on past that. Let me ask you this. Is it better to give 20 chances to the same guy or to give 20 chances to different guys?
I would say it's better to give 20 chances to different guys than to give 20 chances to one guy. I mean, come on, who gives 20 chances to one guy? If you give one, two, three chances at least, then that's enough, like that's it. Like, why would you lower your standards, your self worth, everything to give the same guy 20 chances? I mean, the whole idea of this is like, don't give too many chances to one guy. Like, go out, explore, get to know other people, give chance to different guys, and you will definitely be able to find the right person who will treat you well, and definitely treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, instead of giving 20 chances to the same guy who will treat you like he treated you before, like low and you know.
All right, I don't know. I think we lost Michelle in a bit there, because I would love to ask him also if he can give 20 chances to one person, or he can give chances to.
I mean, how much patience you need to have to give 20 chances to the same person? Like,
No, because there's some
if the person
relationship.
won't change, then the person won't change.
Now, there's some relationship because of the background of the person, be it a guy or a lady. Anything we say here, please, it's both gender. It's not like being one sided. You can be a guy, you can be a lady, yeah? You've been through a lot, okay? And if somebody meets you and also think that, okay, she has a history, she has maybe family issues, maybe father issues, or she has a personal mental issues, and this one, I'm going to be patient with her. You understand? I'm going to do so much that, because some of them will come up and tell you that I have this. Can you please bear with me? I really love you, but I will change. They will keep telling you this over and over again. So that's why I'm asking this question: that is it a good thing to give like more chances to one person?
I mean, it depends the level of things that the person will do to you. If it's like, let's say, your partner, your spouse,
Yeah.
that's going through hard time, and they need a long time or a couple of chances, they'll get back to you, then you can bear with it, and depends on the level of things. Like, if the person cheats on you, for example, your husband cheats on you, and it's like, I'm sorry, babe, give me another chance. After you getting another chance, cheats on you again, and says, oh, I'm sorry, give me another chance, and cheats again, then that's too much. But if it's just a minor thing, like you guys communicate, and like the base of marriage life is again communication, and based on that you make a decision. Of course, you will give the chance to the person or not. Like, let's say my husband is going through a tough time and he needs a chance. Yes, I'm going to give that chance to him. But if he cheats on me and comes and tells me to give him a chance, then that's a different take on things.
All right, I think Michelle just joined us right there. Yes, I'm going to ask you the same question. Let's take, for instance, you meet a call girl, okay, who is now born again or has changed, or now she is a good woman. Let's put it that way. And you already know her past. She didn't hide it. She tells you about it. She's a changed woman. She's now a better version of herself. And you're dating this person, and she keeps making some types of mistakes. Are you willing to give that person so much chances, and to give different women, let's say, 20 chances? So what's your take on that?
I mean, there's a very love is a very interesting and funny thing. It happens, and don't get me wrong. One of the things I learned about love is that it doesn't matter how much you love someone. Just because you love someone, don't mean that you can stay with them. You can still love someone and still walk away. We've seen that many times where people love someone so much, but they can still walk away. A lot of people that are now divorced, if you go back and ask them, they still love those people that they left, right? So at the end of the day, chances, yeah, if I know your history and we've known each other for a while and I understand who you are, yeah, maybe I can give the chances. But 20 chances, what are those things that you did for me to have to give you those 20 chances? The fact that I even have to give you up to five, and then I look at the things that you're doing, and they're affecting my mental health and my peace, and I know that the relationship is becoming extremely toxic, I don't know about chances, because if I have to give you chances to the point where, especially if we have children, and I realize that our children are getting affected because maybe both of us keep giving each other chances, and this relationship is becoming toxic, I think the best thing is to just walk away, right?
So you
Because
rather give 20 women chances than to give one
I'm
person?
not I'm not gonna give to I there's no reason why. I think the the talk of giving 20 women chances is ridiculous, because I know for sure if I have already come to a point where I made one mistake, I am not going to want to repeat that mistake again. So there is no reason why I would have to give 20 women chances. Let's say there was this one woman, and maybe we gave each other a couple of chances, and I say we gave each other because I always believe that a relationship, it takes two people to either make it work or make it break, right? So I say we both give each other chances, and it doesn't work. I think my job next is to look at those things and those reasons why that relationship did not work, and work on those things and work on those reasons, so that when I have to get into my next relationship, I know that these things that I did, that was my fault, I worked on them, and I'm trying to be a much better person, and these were the things that that person did, and now I know these are the red flags that I'm looking for. So when I get into my next relationship, I look at those red flags, and I've already worked on the things that I know I did, and so I am implementing the better part of me into that relationship, and that means I don't have to give no 20 women chances.
All
You get
right,
what I'm saying?
let me ask you this question. If you get in a fight with your girl, will you reach out to her or you wait for her to reach out to you first?
If we get in a fight,
Yes, if you guys have a misunderstanding, an argument, will you be the first person to reach out to her, whether you're right or wrong, or you wait for her to reach out to you first?
so this is what I always say this, man. I always tell people, whether it's in a relationship or very close friendships, you never go to bed without the sun setting and not try to fix things.
So
As,
you will reach out.
unless if it's something that is will be hard to fix, then maybe you say, okay, you know what, there's something that somebody else has to come in and talk to you. But if it's something that the both of you know you can fix, even if that woman is not trying to reach out to you, you could reach out. Listen, I tell guys this all the time. Women are the most easiest people to calm down. If you understand your woman, you can always make things work. Because she could be mad all she want. She might be in the kitchen cooking, and you could just come behind her back and do some little funny things that you know she likes. She's gonna be pissed, but she's gonna smile, and the conversation is going to happen, and you guys are gonna talk about whatever it is, and you quit it. Because at the end of the day, I don't think it's not even a good thing, man, to go to sleep and be angry at each other. Because I've heard of stories where people go to sleep and they don't wake up the next day, and they regret not telling their partner, I'm sorry, right? So I don't think it's a good idea that you would have an issue that is, especially if it's a solvable issue, and you should go to sleep. I don't care if you don't want to walk up to me. Of course, I'm gonna go up to you, and we're gonna fix that issue. Because me as I did, I'm good. Let me just say this: I
All
don't
right,
like
let me
malice.
hold that
Okay,
up. So, Tata, will you reach out to Kai if, like, you have a fight with your boyfriend or your fiance or your husband, and you know you're wrong? Would you be the first to reach out
If I know I'm wrong,
or
well,
not? Let's say.
well, is whether I'm wrong or not.
Mhm.
If it's with my husband, because this is different. You said fiance, husband, boyfriend.
Yeah, I know why I mentioned that.
So if it's my boyfriend, he's my boyfriend. Come on. I might wait for him to answer, like call me or text me and be like, he doesn't necessarily need to apologize, you know, be like, you hungry? Let's go and pick something. Like for me, food is my love language. So definitely,
Okay.
if he texts me and be like, you okay? You home? Or like, you want to go and grab something? You hungry? Then, of course, it's already fine. But let's say if it's my husband and we had an argument and stuff like that, I would definitely apologize.
You reach out first.
Oh, absolutely. He's my husband. He's my ride or die.
Yeah, but he's also your boyfriend. I mean,
No. If he's my husband, not because there are different stages. Your boyfriend is your boyfriend.
what if that same person turn out to be your husband?
If he turns out like you're telling me the stages, right? If that person is my boyfriend, I might keep myself a little, how to say, to make it right, not to be like, oh, what is she saying? I have to keep myself a little strong as a woman.
Okay.
And wait for him to reach out if he's a boyfriend. If he's a husband, then definitely we are going to talk about it and I'm definitely going to apologize. I will not wait for him to apologize. I will apologize and definitely he will apologize back. And if he apologizes, I'll apologize back as well.
And so what's the if it's a fiance? Yes, what a ring on you, girl.
It's a little hard. Well, I might reach out to him and call him and be like, hey, do you want to talk about this? Like, I'm sure at the heat of the moment we did something wrong, but since we both are calmed down, we're cool now. Let's just talk about it and discuss.
Okay, so Mitch, I'm gonna ask you this, okay?
Wait,
If
wait,
it's
wait.
your girlfriend,
Before you
if
ask me,
it's
right?
your girlfriend, no, sorry. If it's your girl, I know you want to counteract, but let's just answer this one. I mean, if it's your girlfriend, okay, and she disrespects you out there in front of everyone, maybe there's a family gathering or family and friends gathering out there, and she really disrespects you, are you really going to reach out to her first?
So this is what it is, right? If you do something wrong and you cannot understand that you have done something wrong, and you're expecting that the person that you've done something wrong to reach out to you is a problem. If you're in a relationship and you have done something wrong, you know you did something wrong. You know it. And then you want me to reach out to you, it's manipulation. You're literally trying to manipulate me because you're making it trying to feel like as if I am the one that's done something wrong to you, right? And there are some women who they would do something wrong, and then when they come to apologize, or maybe you would try to call them baby because trying to see where the man is. Whilst they're apologizing, right? They're also trying to bring stuff in to make you feel bad. That is pure manipulation. Like I think that's a lot of people have to deal with that. Women do that all the time. Well, you know what? Both people do that all the time. But in my experience, women do that all the time.
And men do that all the time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Not
last
men,
time
even women all the time.
I'm right now I'm talking now based on my own experience though, okay? And like I said, both people do that. But based on my own experience, right? I have come to realize that most women who I have dated, when they've done something wrong, when it's time for them to apologize, they would try to apologize, but in that apology, they would put something in there for you to feel guilty. Just apologize and just let it go, and just so that peace, peace can reign, right? And as far as a wife or anything like that, don't get me wrong, I might reach out to you, but I also need you to understand that you have to accept that you were wrong, right? Because I think that's a lot of people's problem in a relationship is they don't even want to accept that they're wrong. And the problem with that is anything that you cannot acknowledge, you would never change. Period. If you can't acknowledge anything that you've done wrong, you
All
can
right,
never change it.
I think you were going to say something concerning what she said, so let's hear it.
Yeah, she was talking about if it's my boyfriend or stuff like that, I may not reach out. When you say that, are you meaning even when you're wrong, you will not reach out?
If I am wrong, if I'm the one who is wrong, then yes, at the end of the day, I might reach out.
You
I might
might reach
call,
out.
huh?
You said you
No, he's
might.
saying if it's your boyfriend, like you
if he's okay, no matter the stages, okay, the thing she was asking, boyfriend, fiance, husband,
Yeah. So
if
what I'm asking is, if
maybe
you are wrong,
okay, if he's the one that's wrong, I will wait for him to reach out to me.
of course,
But
he
if
has
I
to reach out.
know
Yeah.
for sure, like I'm this kind of person, if I know for sure that I'm wrong, I will reach out. At the end of, I might not right away at that moment say, "Hey, I'm sorry," or depends. I might, because there have been times that I said it at that moment. Hey, I'm really sorry, or I wait for some hours to calm down, rethink like all the things that I've done or said, try to go through it. And then at the end of the day, call and apologize and be like, hey, like to break the ice breaking point, I would suggest something. We want to go for a walk, or let's just go somewhere. Oh, no, baby, forget. Mm-mm.
I think are you good with that, or you want to say something, Mitch?
If I'm not wrong, I will not reach out. I'll wait for the person to
No,
reach out.
I know, and I understand that. I was thinking that you would say even when you're wrong, you would still not reach out. But I get now what you're saying. Of
For me,
course.
I will not reach out, even if I'm wrong or not. I will not reach out.
Hold
Yes,
on, hold on,
I
hold on.
will not.
Did
I
you
will not
just
reach out.
say,
If you're my boyfriend, I will not.
hold on? Can you
Yes.
repeat the
Because
statement
sometimes you
again?
don't even know whether I'm testing you, whether
No,
it's a
that's not
test
testing. If
to
you're wrong, you're
show
wrong.
the kind of man you are. If you hold,
No, no,
I mean,
no,
a lot of
no,
like, some people hold a lot of stuff
no.
in.
That's
When you do just something little, you understand,
what?
and then they will be like, okay, I'm not gonna call her again.
Yeah.
Really, I'm not gonna
Depend.
reach
I've
out.
had situations like that. I've had situations like
What?
that I did something, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I'm never. I won't call you again." I was like, "Okay, don't call," and he never called me ever again. So it's also maybe like people are testing each other, because in a relationship, yes, you have to like test each other
Oh
in
boy.
some ways to see, okay, how is this person handling this situation? Okay, like a girl, because as women, we want to be with someone, we want to make sure we are secure, safe, protected in every way.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something to piss you off at the relationship stage, maybe that's just a test to see how you're going to react. Are you going to right away yell and shout and fight with me? Or you're going to be like, okay, honey, let's talk about this. So it matters. Like lots of things matter.
But I can I say something?
Yeah.
Um, you guys are talking about two different things here, okay? And I say this. There's a part where, of course, there are tests that happens in a relationship, and some of those tests, I don't even think they're even necessary, because if someone is who they are going to show themselves no matter how much you test them. Someone's character is always going to come out, no matter what it is, right?
Yeah, it's better I
I
get it earlier so I don't make
No, no, no,
mistakes.
no, 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 no. What you're telling me, this is what you're telling me. You're telling me that even when you're wrong at doing something that you know you're wrong, that you
Yeah.
know you were not supposed to do, that you're not going to reach out and apologize
Yeah.
because to you you are testing the person. No, you know what I call that? I'm going to tell you what I call that. That is you not taking accountability of what you've done. You
Okay,
have
if
to.
that means
No,
the person
but
is easily triggered,
it's
I
not
don't want to
trick.
be with someone
Oh,
who's
boy.
easily triggered or someone who can easily get upset. Okay, because you don't. Maybe I'm a funny person. I easily make jokes.
Well, I can.
I easily laugh at stuff. Okay, if I'm not able to make joke with you, my partner or my boyfriend, what am I supposed to
No,
make joke with?
no,
Okay,
that's the thing though.
so
You're
some
not.
little things don't just trigger. Don't let anything trigger you. Get
No,
upset.
no, but that's that. But no, no, I'm not gonna agree with you here. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
no, you don't have to. I mean,
No, but
yes, you
I
are
listen,
right.
listen. I understand there are jokes, right? And I know if I know you, and I know there are certain things that you said, and I know that it was a joke, I would know that it was a joke. But then what you did, we're not talking about jokes here. We're talking about you actually did something that was wrong, and you're saying
Yeah.
that you're not going to, and you're saying that you're not going to
Yes,
call
I
to
have to do
apologize.
something wrong to find out if the person is going to be triggered.
No,
Listen,
why would you
I
want
know
to?
it's
Why would you
wrong,
want to?
but I just
But
want to see your reaction to
no, but that's not
what
right though.
that.
Do you know psychologically that's not right? Do you
Whether
know that's
psychologically, whether mentally, it's me. I just want to find
no,
out
but
who this
but you
person
why would
is.
you want to do
If
that?
I am going to be with you in the long haul,
But
okay?
why
If
would you
you have
if somebody
decided,
if you already
I
know
mean, I have to pull. Don't tell me guys don't pull tricks either. Most guys pull
I,
tricks.
I'm not gonna pull tricks on somebody that's gonna make them angry. I'm not gonna use a trick that's gonna make someone upset.
But a lot
I'm
of
not
guys
gonna do
do
that.
that.
If I even if I have to pull a trick, it's not gonna be something that is going to make that person upset. I wouldn't
Do
do
you know
that.
some guys have actually set their girlfriend up, like to see
Yeah,
if they can
I
cheat?
I get that
Okay, so
part.
if I'm
That's
upsetting
different.
you, that is even the piece of
No, 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 but
advice. Like I didn't set
that's
you up with
different.
myself.
That is test of loyalty and honesty and trust. And as
Oh,
a matter
but
of
if
fact,
I tell you, if I'm testing you, and that is different, no, no,
No,
don't,
no.
no.
no, listen,
That's
listen.
not
If
the
I have,
same thing too. We
if you have
can
to
do tests
test,
of loyalty as well to men as well. But when women do that to men call it manipulation. But
Yes,
when men do it to
oh
women, they're
my
like,
God.
no, it's just a test of loyalty, nothing much. Now we
yes.
see your real face.
Yes, it's the same test. Whether
Now
I
let me
am
ask you a
texting in
question.
public or in private, and you
Can,
try to set me up with your friend to see if
can I say
if
something?
I'm gonna cheat on you, and you're calling it loyalty. I also want to know if the guy I'm dating
Well,
has
can I?
an anger management issue, whether he's gonna get crazy on me, or he's gonna yell at me, or he's not gonna, like in the marriage. Some people can really not talk to you. Do you know my mental state? How it can be for me if I'm married to you and you decide not to talk to me because of something later I do. Seriously, I
Can
think
I?
it's the same.
Can I
Don't
say
say
no?
this
It's
is
not.
loyalty
No,
and
no.
say that
Let me
is
say something.
respect of the relationship.
No, let me say something. Okay. First of all, if I'm in a relationship with you and I have to test your loyalty, that means in the first place I never trusted you.
Yeah, I'm
If
not
I have to
saying you, but
test the
men do
reason,
that.
yeah, that's what I am telling you. Even the men that do that, I am telling you right now that if I have to be in a relationship with you and we have been in a relationship for a very, very long time, and I know who you are as my woman, there is no reason for me to do a test that has to make me say I am trying to figure out how loyal you are to me. No, you are go. Let me tell you something about character. They show up. I don't have to test you for me to see your character. It is going to show up. If you are a cheat, you're a cheat. It is going to. If I'm a man, I'm a cheat. I am going to cheat. It will show up. You don't even have to test me for it to show up. If you're a woman and you're a cheat, it is going to show up. It's as simple as that. When you're in a relationship, you cannot tell me that you are going to create problem for your relationship and you say because you don't want to apologize, that's you testing a man to see their ability of how long they go. No, if you are wrong, there is nothing wrong with you saying that you are sorry. The problem is a lot of women
No,
don't like don't like
I would just,
accountability,
I would just want to
and
know.
that goes both ways too.
All right, so
Accountability is a
let's
very
just move
important
on.
thing,
Let's
though.
just move on to this
Yeah,
one.
let's move on because
What's
I
this
know
guy saying?
this one we're not gonna agree on it. So let's move on.
Yes, I mean, I told you guys it's not going to be everything we're going to agree with. Okay, it's a debate, and it's very very. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. This one
but
is
I'm just going to
what?
say my side of it. Okay,
Yeah.
and what's your take on when you go out for you take your partner out for a dinner, or your partner said, I want to go out for a dinner, and you guys decide to step up? Do you split the bills, or is it just gentlemanly for a guy to pick up the check and pay for everything?
Well, at the end of the day, I think that one is based on people's relationship because everybody's got a different type of relationship. Like um, some relationships, there are couples who wherein they do this thing wherein maybe this time that I go out with you, I get to pay, and this time that you go out with me, you get to pay. Everybody has, I think that one is based on people's relationship. I don't think that one can be, we can say that there's the one thing that has to go for everybody, but I think it's based on people's relationships. For me, as a guy, because of how I was brought up, because of how I was raised, I believe that it is my responsibility to make sure my woman, wife, girlfriend is being taken care of. which means if I have to take you out on a dinner date, it is because I know that I am going to pay for that dinner date. I am the one that's taking you out. So I am
Okay,
going
what
to
if
pay for the
she
dinner date.
suggested it?
If
Like,
you decide that you're taking me out, you're going to pay for the dinner date because you said you're going to take me out. I did not tell you that I was going to take you out. You said it. When I choose to take you out, of course, I am going to make sure I take every good care of your needs because I am a gentleman. That is what I am going to do. I am going to spoil you to the best of my ability. But the day that
okay,
you will
girl,
say you're taking
what do
me
you think
out,
about what he's saying?
Okay, first of all, I respect what you said until and unless you said it's her decision to take me out. Okay, if it's her decision suggesting to go out, that doesn't mean she's going to pay. Okay,
no,
if
I'm
she's
not.
your girl, you gotta spoil. But if you guys are out and she's like, hey, honey, don't worry, I'll take care of this, I'll pay, that's different. But if you guys are together at home and she's like, hey, honey, let's go and eat something out, you're still going to pay.
No, what I was saying is, I'm not saying that if she says let's go out to eat, right? What I'm saying is, if she calls me and said, "Hey, babe, today I want to take you out," you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is different.
Yeah,
If she's like, yeah,
exactly. I would expect her to pay. But of course, if we're sitting at home and she says, "Hey, babe, I think we should go out to eat," I already know. Listen, there are statements that a woman is going to make to you that you're going to know that I'm the one that's going to handle this bill. Okay? She doesn't have to tell you that you're handling it. As a man, you should know that you're going to be the one handling it. I think
Okay,
it's
so
just understand it.
let's say she called you up. It can be a guy or a lady, both ways. And she says, I want to take you out, and you get there, and she said, oh, I forgot my wallet at home. Honey, can you settle this check? I'll pay you back. It's for both ways. I mean, it can be a guy, it can be a lady.
I mean, for me, like I said, for me, whether you forget your wallet at home or
Is it a
not,
red flag for you? Is it gonna be like you're gonna be thinking like she's tricking me? She
no,
doesn't
I
want to
don't.
pay.
No, but you're my girl, though. If I say that you're my girl, right, there is 95% of chance that I am going to make sure I take care of you. It is my job as your man, as a gentleman, when I take you out, to make sure your needs are met. Your needs are met, which means when I take you out for dinner, I am supposed to make sure you get everything that you said you wanted, and I'll pay for it. It doesn't matter to me whether you forgot your wallet at home or you did not forget your wallet at home. I'm still going to pay for it. And I am not expecting you to pay me back because that is not the relationship that I am going to have with you. And that is just me because every man is
Let's see
different.
what Tati have to say. Do you agree?
okay, what was the question again?
If your guy takes you out, okay, call you up, oh babe, dress up, I'm coming to pick you and take you out.
Okay.
Okay, you guys step out, and now it's time to, pay for the bills.
Yeah.
And he now say, oh, sorry, I forgot my wallet. Babe, can you handle it? I'm gonna reimburse you, or I'm gonna refund it back to you.
If he actually forgot, then yes, I might.
Okay.
But if he didn't forget and he's trying to trick me, then in the first place, he's not a gentleman. If you like, that's the truth. If you describe yourself as a gentleman and you're trying to trick me, then you're no way there to be a gentleman. But if my man is asking me out, then I would 1,000% depend on him to pay. Because as women, when men ask us, we're like, yeah, that financial side of our brain just shuts down automatically because we know we have a provider next to us. Men are naturally providers,
Okay.
and we expect them to provide. That is, if I'm out with my husband or with my boyfriend or fiance, I would definitely expect him to pay. But if by any chance we're in the middle of crisis and he actually forgot his wallet, honey, we have online bankings. We have online bankings. We have crypto transfers. What else? Come on. We have online banking.
I was actually going to say that before you actually said that, because I was going to say he should try other options instead of his first option will be, babe, can you pay the bill?
Yeah, like look at your other options. If you're online, try your online banking. If your online banking isn't working, if your other stuff is not like Apple Pay, nowadays it's 21st century. Come on, it's so much. Everything is just better. You know?
Yeah, so Mitch, are you there? Because we just, said it that for me personally, I will just wish for the person to try other options instead of just asking me. Like,
If
I
you
mean,
forgot your wallet, there is the online banking option, you know?
don't get me wrong. I get what she's saying. Like, I think coming from me as a man, in my opinion, I think that for me, I don't know about other men. I'm speaking personally for me. If I have to take my woman out, whether I forget, first of all, I in my phone, I have my Apple Pay, right? So every single one of my cards are in my Apple Pay. So even if I forget my wallet at home, I don't have to worry about that because everything is on my phone. I just have to click my phone and I'm going to pay. The thing is, at the end of the day, it depends on the people's relationship that they're in. If you're in a relationship where the two of you decide that when this one goes out today, this one is going to pay, that one goes out, that one is going to pay, that's fine between you both. If you're in a relationship where the man says, baby, you don't have to worry about anything when we go out, I take care of the bills, then that's fine. I I am that kind of a person. I would want to make
you
sure
will
I
start
do
out
that.
like couples, another, like a lot of options before settling down to ask your partner, right?
Yeah, because first of all, I don't. That's the thing about me. I don't even worry when I leave my wallet at home because I already know everything is in my everything. I have everything
Yes.
on my
So,
and I'll say this in the United States, a lot of restaurants now have different options for you to pay. There's what we call Cash App over
let
here.
me just
There is Zelle. Some people would be like, hey, you can sell the money to my account or stuff like that, or you can cash up the money to this specific place, or you can use your Apple Pay. So it's not like you're going to have to whether you like. Listen, this is a 21st century world.
That's what
You
I'm
leaving your
saying.
wallet at home is a bunch of excuses. Okay, it's only a guy that I think it also comes down to you, the woman. It meant I think one of the reasons why a lot of us have problems in our relationship is because of the people that we decide to choose in our lives. When you pay attention to situations and you make the right choices, there are many things that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about going out and somebody's making excuses that they don't have their wallet. You don't have to worry about a
uh,
lot of stuff. I don't have to worry about somebody being a gold digger. I don't have to worry about making 20 chances because I know that I have made the right choice. When you make the right choice, there are things you don't have to worry about. Like you don't have to worry about the fact that maybe Frances, when she troubles you, she's not going to call you back to make excuses or to
I'm not gonna
apologize.
call. That's
She's not
it.
going to call,
Yes, I'm just
because
gonna
I
call.
know that I have made the right choices. You get what I'm just
All
saying.
right, so let's take this question because we're gonna go on a break soon. And when we get back, I want my viewers to ask some questions. We always do that on the show. So I'm gonna ask this: if you are, I'm not saying your first date, okay? You're dating this guy, and you guys have been going on well, okay? And maybe like you hang out with a couple of friends, that mutual friends that you guys know because your circle, you're always going to know them. Or probably someone came to join in that mutual friend circle that he doesn't know, or but he knows he's your friend. You tell him, oh, maybe that's my friend. And now the bills are in, and you tell your guy to settle all the bills. Is it, is it a right thing? Like, is this something you can request from your man
Oh, I
to
Um,
like this
do?
question. I
to
like this
settle the
question.
To
bill
settle
for
the bills.
my friends,
Yes.
his friends,
Yes.
like for everyone?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
definitely not. I would not ask my man to pay for everyone.
But they're your friends, like both.
So what?
Okay.
Like
So what if he decides to pay? Are you gonna get upset?
if he decides to pay, go for it, honey. Like I'll not tell you anything. If you're financially that comfortable to pay for, let's say, 20 people in a restaurant, go for it. But if, let's say, my friends and your friends, we're gathering and we're like almost 20 people in a restaurant, then there needs to be some communication with bills, right? Because let's say I'm coming with my man, maybe my best friend has her husband with her.
Let's say maybe someone came without no one. Maybe she came with a girlfriend.
Okay, so what? They still need to like plan. Maybe five people pay, or like in small groups. It depends on how financially my man stable he is, If he's that stable and comfortable enough to pay for all of us, then I would not hold him back. I would say, okay, if you want to do it, you can do it. But if let's say we're 10, 20 people, and yeah, I think there before entering the restaurant, there needs to be communication. Okay, guys, so how are we going to split the bills? Okay.
Okay.
I think that's more healthy than beforehand.
Okay.
Even if we are splitting, not splitting, and if my man steps in like, no worries, guys, this is from us to you, I'll take care of this. Even that as well, we'll know beforehand. Because if it's lots of people, then at least you need to be aware of how you're going to take care of the bills. You don't want the waiter to come with the what is it called?
The receipt.
The receipt,
Yes.
and then you're like, okay, just give us a second, and for 10, 20 minutes, you're trying to discuss how you're going to pay with different cards. Then it's also different for the waiter as well.
Mhm. So let's say you and your homegirl, okay? When I say your homegirl, I mean it's your girl. And do you invite like your husband or your boyfriend? Like you guys are going out and you say, oh, I want my girl to join us. Maybe she's going through some stuff, or maybe she's not going through any stuff. You just want her to come along. And then you guys, I mean, the bill comes. Is it something you think your man should?
Yes, in that case, yes. If we're inviting them, if me and my man, we're the ones inviting these
No,
people.
you tell your guy, oh, my girl is coming with us. I would like her to join
It's
us.
still an invitation for
Yes,
her
yeah.
to join us, right?
She's not coming with a man.
Yeah. I understand. I understand your question.
Okay.
So if it's an invitation from both of us, whether my husband is calling his guy friend or whether I'm inviting my girlfriend to join us, it's an invitation for the person.
Yeah.
So I would expect us to pay rather than ask her to pay, because that will not be nice. Because it's like maybe my husband and I and her, maybe 2, 3, 4 people, then that's okay for my husband and I to pay for it, because we're inviting these people over. Even if it's 20 people and we're inviting them over.
But what if he says, no, I'm not going to pay because you invited her, you pay for her.
That is rude. Come on, you're my husband. What do like? No, that's very, very rude. If we are inviting, let's say my husband and I, even the 20 people that, let's say I was bringing an example, if we are inviting those 20 people, then definitely we are going to take care of the payment. But if we are just as friends, as group planning together, all of us, then nobody's inviting nobody.
Yes, but some guy would say, "Is she's your friend? You just asked me if she can join." I said yes, she can join, but I never tell you.
Then the guy
I'm
needs
gonna-
to have common sense that we are inviting. She's not going to pay, most likely.
Okay, Mitch, if you're there, the same goes to you. Can we just go through this and then because like I said, I want us to go for a break. So what's
Okay,
your
guys.
take on? Yeah.
I apologize. I forgot that I didn't put my phone on charger, so the phone went off. So I
All right.
apologize about that.
Okay. Apologies
Yeah.
accepted. So let's know what's your
You see how
take.
easy it was? I apologize. You see how easy it was?
Really,
But
really.
That one's easy. There are some difficult ones that people don't know how to put.
Thank you.
but like you were saying, I actually that's something I was very happy that you asked that question, because I don't know the reason why I would want to take you, my woman, out for a date and your friend is showing up. If we did not
No, but
agree about
she
that,
told you, you were like, oh, babe, he's
uh,
coming
the,
over with us. We are going for a date. We're going out.
there's a reason why they call it. There's a reason. You know what a date is? A date means it's me and my girl. If we say we're going to do a couple's date, that's different, right? Because I know somebody else is coming with their boyfriend or their girlfriend, wherever it is, right? But if we're just, it's called a date for a reason. That means it's me and my baby. There's nobody else that's supposed to be there apart from me and my baby. Which means if we're sitting at that date and your friend shows up unexpectedly, which always happens, especially for females, you guys have
Really?
all of the.
No,
Are you
don't say
serious?
that.
Are you
No,
serious?
I'm very serious.
Yes, it
No,
doesn't happen. It doesn't
not
happen.
always. Not
Not
always.
always, but it happens most of the time. Not
No, not
always, but
most
it
of the
happens
time.
most of
No,
the.
no, no.
Okay,
I
okay, let me.
believe that before the person comes, you're informed that this person is coming to join us.
And that, listen, that's different. Okay, if you informed me,
That's what
that
I'm
is
saying.
different. But what I'm saying here is there have been many I mean, I'm sure a lot of guys who are watching right now would attest to what I'm saying. There have been many situations where guys have taken their girls out for dinner, and for some reason, there's a friend there sitting, and then the friend joins the table, and you, as my woman, does not understand that we're on a date. And when your friend joins the table, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pay for your friend because I didn't bring your friend out here. Your friend joined our table. If you had
No,
already
I don't
informed,
think.
listen,
That
if you
is
already informed me, if you have already informed me, right, that your friend is coming, that's different because I know,
that's
okay,
what
you know
we're
what?
talking about.
Yeah, because I know what, because I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what? When we go out, her friend is gonna be joining us. So it is my responsibility to make sure you guys are both good. Me as a
Yeah,
gentleman,
that's what we're
okay?
All
saying.
right, so that's your perspective, which is good because I know some guys who will say, "You invited her. Yes, you told me she's coming, but you didn't tell me I have to pay for her bill. I didn't plan for it."
I guess, like I said, I guess it depends on the person and their personality. Because I'm a different type of person. The
So do
way I
you
was
think it's
brought up,
right or wrong? Like the person says that.
no, but the thing is,
If he has been told about it, like let's say a couple of hours before going out, I'm telling
Yes.
you, hey honey, actually our my friend is joining us. You already know. You already know about it. And at the end you're like, why should I pay for her? Is it right or wrong?
if you already told me, then I don't think I should say why I should I pay for because you already told me, right? If you already, like I said, it depends on the person though. Because some, like you said, some men, they're different. They're going to be like, well, that's your friend. Your friend is going to have to pay for her own bill. Some men will tell you that. Me, I'm
That's
a
what I'm saying.
different
Is it
type of
right or
person.
wrong for him to tell for him to tell you, the person that no, I can pay in front of like the friend? Is that the right thing to do?
Oh, you mean like like saying it right in front of that person?
Yes, or even
No, I'm
pulling
not
her
gonna.
to the
Nah,
side.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna embarrass my girlfriend like that. Come on now.
No, but
I'm not
even
gonna.
if maybe he even texted her and say, "Babe, you're the one going to pay for your friend. You know, I got you both of us. We
I mean,
can
I might do
pay
that.
for
I
it."
might send a text message, but I'm not gonna do it in front of both of them, where both of them are
So
sitting.
you are saying it's the right thing for a guy to say that it's not you per se, but
I'm.
if a guy
You
does
want me to?
that,
You want me to tell you the truth? You want me to tell you the
yes,
truth? If it's a friend,
exactly.
if it's a friend that I don't like, I'm paying for you.
Pardon?
If it's
Please
a
come
friend
again.
that I do not like, I'm not paying for you.
But
I'm just
since
being
you're my
honest.
husband, you need to cooperate with me, not with my girl.
That's the thing. Because I love you very much, I will just pray in my heart and then try to take my money out.
No,
When
but
I'm taking the
actually,
money
I'm
out,
asking that is this the right thing for a guy to even do? It might not be you, but is it the right thing for someone to do?
but that's
And
the,
if
the
I
reason
know
why I
for
cannot say the reason why I cannot say it is right or wrong because everybody's different. I can tell you that it is wrong, but based on other people's perspective, they will say, "But that is I'm right doing that." I it's not my I didn't say that I was gonna come pay for her, right? I am only responsible for my woman. So I cannot tell you that it's right or wrong because everybody has a different perspective when it comes to those things. But for me as a gentleman, if you have already informed me that this is what is going to happen, then I will make sure I pay. That is what I will do for my
All
if
wife.
you'll
right.
make sure it's the best friend, if you will make sure it's the best friend you like, not like, let's say if I say, hey, Jessica's joining us, it's like, what, Jessica? No, that gossiper. No, I'll be like, okay, okay.
Yeah, because if you know that I don't, first of all, if you know I don't like Jessica, why would you want Jessica to join us in the first place?
That's what I'm saying. Then we will
Exactly.
then we will
No,
invite
but
Karen.
no, I can't be forced to like who. I mean, I can't be forced to like who you don't like. She's my
But that's the
friend.
thing though. If
You
you
have a
know,
reason why you don't like her, but I have
yeah,
every
if and
reason to like her.
especially if that reason is many of the reasons why we always have problem in our relationships, I ain't gonna like her.
Oh, okay, that's a different thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
guys,
a
It's
different
not
topic.
yeah,
yes,
whatever.
we're about to take a break because if not, I don't think we can ever go on break. All right, so the show is Time with Friends. This is a very interesting talk right here. I'm actually enjoying it. I hope you guys are also enjoying it. All right, so we're going on a break shortly, but don't forget the program is live at Twitch and satellite, Facebook, later on Today Ghana News TV. Okay, I'm also streaming live on my TikTok and also on Facebook. Also, we're live on our social channel on Hing FM 93.5 at King Hingma in the Eastern region. We're live also on King's Radio in Accra, and we're live on Jeffrema TV at the Aurora in the OT region, Sekina Information Center at Tatale, Northern Ghana at the Lema Community Information Center at Nkwanta and Fans TV, also at Aflao in the Volta region. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the conversation, because when we get back, we're trying to take some few questions from our viewers. Okay, so we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Every person deserves a future shaped by dignity and inclusion. On July 10th, 2025, we mark the UN International Day of Hope in Gamoa East, Ghana, standing with African disability policy advocates who are pushing for real policy change. Hope starts with awareness. Join us.
Don't miss a beat, stay tuned tight. The best of the best, shining bright. Tune in now, it's not a game. Today TodayGhanaNews, it's your clan. Time with Francis, the unique delight. Don't miss the magic, shining bright. Tune in and see the best of the best. TodayGhanaNews, you'll be impressed. And every week, a new adventure. Francis Jalil, we're ready. From the beach to the dance floor. Don't miss a beat, stay.
So, welcome back, guys. Time with Frances is the name of the program, and I am your host. My name is Frances Ja, and we are here with two of our lovely guests, a male and a female, and we're talking about so many topics. Okay, I want to say this is a relationship kind of, it's not all about relationship. We spoke about a lot of stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. The program is live at Twitch and satellite, Facebook, YouTube, and links are all on Today Ghana News TV. Okay, on Facebook also I'm live. I'm streaming live there. If you're following me, I hope you are enjoying the show from there. We're also live on the associate channel on IngaFM 93.5 at King Hengmam. In the Eastern region, we're live in Accra, King's Radio, Jeffrema TV at Aurora in OT region, Sekina Information Center at Tatale, Northern Ghana, at the Lema Community Information Center at Nkwanta and Fans TV, also at Aflao in the Volta region. Thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate my guests at Tatab and Mitch is streaming live from the United States. Tatab is here with me, and we're just talking about training topics, things that things that happen in relationships, and also, things that you personally like, you would like in a guy or a lady before approaching that person. So if we can be joined by Mitch right now, because we're going to take your messages very soon, guys. So tell us where you're watching us from in the comment section, and also your name, okay? Time with Frances is an interactive show, so I got you guys. So very soon we're taking that. But before that, I want to ask you, what's your best dating advice? Is it better to cry in a Lamborghini than in a Picanto?
First of all, what's my dating advice? Is always go for somebody who loves you for who you are rather than your looks, who loves you for your heart, who pays attention to small things that you do and later takes action on those, who is great at communication, who is willing to support you in your goals and dreams and be next to you, not be dramatic, not be abusive, not be gaslighting you, not be toxic, um, stuff like that, of course. And your question, is it better to cry?
In a Lamborghini,
Okay,
yes.
here's the thing. At the end of the day, you're crying. Yeah, like, all right. At the end of the day, you're crying.
Yes.
So it's better to cry in Lamborghini. It's a nice car. At least cry in that. So yeah.
Yes. So you heard her. It's better to cry in a Lambo than in a Picanto.
Because if you're getting hurt by a guy, uh, whether the guy drives Lamborghini or basic cheap ass car, at the end of the day, if he's going to hurt you, it's better to be hurt in a Lamborghini car.
Okay. Can we be joined right now by Mitch so that he can also tell us what is his take on that? So, Mitch, the question is, what is your best dating advice? Is it good for you, a guy, to cry in a Lamborghini or in a Picanto? Although they say guys don't cry, but I know some of them do.
I mean, I think crying is crying. It doesn't matter where you're crying. At the end of the day, you're crying. Whether you choose to cry in a posh car, you choose to cry in a cheap car. What matters is that you're hurt, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. It's not whether you're sitting in an expensive or cheap.
But do you
You're
agree with
hurt.
what she said? She said she'd rather, because of crying, I'm going to get hurt anyways. So I'd rather cry
She
in a
spoke.
Lambo.
She spoke
If
from the
I'm crying,
perspective.
if a guy's
She
cheating on
spoke.
me,
She spoke from
like,
the perspective. She spoke from the perspective of a woman, right? She spoke from the perspective of a woman who loves beautiful things. I'm speaking from the perspective of life, period. In life, whether you
Everybody
are a
loves
woman,
beautiful things.
you
yeah,
don't
but
love beautiful things.
there's nothing wrong with loving beautiful things. What I'm saying is, it's not about whether the thing is beautiful or not. You are hurt, and what you're doing is you're crying. So does it matter whether you're in a beautiful place or you're in a
Yes.
cheap
Yes, it
place?
matters. Wait,
No, it doesn't.
if a guy is going to be
No, no, no.
okay,
When
no
someone is
matter
hurt, is
what,
hurt.
no matter what, okay, hear me out. If you have two guys who are jerks, okay, who are not nice, one has Lambo, one has cheap ass car. In which car would you prefer crying?
It doesn't
They're
matter to
both
me.
going to hurt you either. So
Listen,
I would prefer crying in Lambo. It's still a better
I
place. So
I think you're saying that maybe because of specific perspectives that you have about these guys. That's why you're saying it. I am making the conversation based on how life is supposed to be, period. I think it doesn't matter. Like, honestly, if somebody hurts you, are you going to be worried about whether you're sitting in a Lambo or you're sitting? If, let's say, you love this man so much, right? You really love this guy, and they do something to you that is so mean, that is so crazy, and you hurt so bad. So you're going to be sitting there thinking about whether you're crying in a Lambo or in a cheap car,
no, that's
or are
not
you going to
what
be
we
sitting there?
meant. But here's the thing. This is the option. You either should cry. What's the question?
In a Lambo or in a Picanto.
Yeah, in a
So you
potential.
just you
The
just, so you
guy
just want
that
me to make a
will work
choice.
on each one.
You
Okay.
just want
No
me.
matter
So you
what, you're
so,
gonna be hurt.
So
you
did you
just want me
get
to
it
pick
now?
one. Listen, I love a Lambo, right? So maybe I'm gonna choose a Lambo. By the end of the day, I'm hurt anyway.
Yeah, and after that, I'll get out of his Lambo, slam the door, go into my bathroom, and cry even more. But I would choose to cry in the Lambo. That's what.
Okay, so this is actually the question. Is it better to date a rich guy or a poor guy? Or an
I mean,
average guy?
here's the thing. It depends on what's the relationship between you two. If it's serious, like I've said this to a lot of, not a lot. I'm sorry, I didn't date a lot of guys, but the guys that I've dated, I've always told them like, no matter your standards, like financial standards, but as long as you're trying and striving and to become someone better in your life, I'm willing to stand next to you. I'm willing to be there as a support in the best way I can as a woman. we can become rich together, okay? As long as we love each other, then that will not, it will matter, because at the end of the day, you're going to build a family, and financial stability in the family, like financial management, matters. So if you date a broke guy who doesn't know what a financial management is, you're going to struggle. But if that guy is broke, and also he's willing to try hard enough to make money out of life and to work with you on financial planning, then yes, that's different. I would be willing to work with this broke guy to become rich together. You know what I'm saying? But if he's not, then I would prefer average or rich guy. I don't know. So
Oh,
that's
right.
my own perspective, my own opinion.
Okay, will you date a rich lady or a broke lady? Rich.
I think the problem is I'm looking for something that's real and peace. And sometimes I seem to understand that it's not always in the rich places that you find peace and love. Because the last time I checked, a lot of rich women can be extremely controlling and extremely disrespectful. A lot of rich people, period, not just women. A lot of rich people can be one hell of a human being to deal with. They have a bunch of pride, ego, and all of that. So I think
I think it's
when you when
important
it comes to choosing your partner, I don't think don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to date someone that is broke, but at least if I'm going to date you and both of us are in a standard where what I call financially unstable, right? As long as you're pushing and you have a vision that can get us somewhere, I'm ready to work with you, right? But as a man, I want to make sure I am in a place in my life before I even talk about having to meet a woman that I want. Because, first of all, if I have to go all the way back to kingdom principles, you are told that the first thing that God gives a man is work, which means before you have to talk to a woman, you have to be able to have a job and have God, a relationship with God, right? And have a job and work your life and make sure your life is at a place where that someone's daughter that you are bringing into your life is not going to, you're not going to mess that person's life up. And also make sure that that woman too that you're bringing into your life understands the vision that is in place.
All
Because if
right.
I'm trying to make something work and you as a woman come in with a mentality that is to destroy it, it's not going to go anywhere. So
Of course, I don't think anybody want to get to, I mean, marry somebody who's going to destroy them anyways. But thank you guys so much. If there's any questions there, producer, can we just see them? I just want to take like two or three of the questions because we're running out of time. Yes, I want to stick to the time. So if there's any questions, tell us your name, where you're watching us from, and let's know, I mean, what you think about everything we've discussed so far on the show. It's Time with Frances. I am your host. Is it true that all men will disappoint you?
No, definitely not, because every man is different. And if you think like that, then probably you have some serious mental problem, trauma, daddy issues. Because not everybody's the same. Not every guy is going to disappoint you, and you don't necessarily have to give chance to every guy to disappoint you. There are definitely a lot of men who are awesome, amazing, and they don't disappoint. I mean, it depends. Sometimes, yes, there might be something that you'll be sad about that you can talk to the man, and it also depends on the relationship stage that you're in with the person. But not everybody's like that, no.
All right. So, what is your take on that?
before I answer that question, there's one thing I have to say. In life, as
It
long
can
as
be a
you're
woman too, so it's not only a man thing.
no,
So,
no,
can a woman
in
also
life,
point
in
you?
life, as long as we live, the possibility for us to be imperfect is always going to be there, right? but I don't believe that every man or every woman out there is just going to be sitting around to disappoint people. That's why I said you have to know what you're looking for. You have to know what you need. You have to know what you want. And I think I keep going back to this point. I think when people understand the kingdom principles of a relationship, there are many things that are not going to happen in your life. Period. It is just as simple as that. And I think another thing is people have this thing where they just bunch a whole bunch of people. Because one woman does something to you, you say all these women are the same. Nah, bruh. All of these women are not the same. Because one man does something to you, you say all these men, this is who they are. Nah, you can't do that. Because everyone has a different personality, everyone has a different character. You can't
Yeah,
class
like,
people just because of one person. Because
true.
what you might have done
Okay,
is not the
I don't
same as
mean to
what I can do,
cut
you know?
you, but
That's fine.
it's way past my time. So,
Sure,
guys,
sure.
this is actually just a teaser of what we're about to bring in this month of July. And moving forward, we'll be bringing like people. It will be all ladies. It will be all guys. It will be both genders. So yes, we'll definitely do this again because we're running out of time. So I want to say thank you to my guests. Thank you to Mish. Thank you to Tatep for joining Time
Yeah.
with Frances and all of you that tune in. And thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. But unfortunately, we have to draw the curtain here. Every Friday we are here, so don't forget that. So that you join us live. Okay, we're always live, we're interactive. I know because of time, maybe my producer didn't bring up some of your questions. I apologize for that. But we will do this again. I promise you guys. Okay, like I said, it can be all ladies, it can be all guys. Just tell us what you want us to do. I will definitely deliver. All right, so Time with Frances is the name of the show, and the host is Frances Ja. And good night to all of you. Thank you, girl, for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
Don't miss a beat, stay tuned tight. The best of the best, shining bright. Tune in now, it's not a game. Today Ghana News, it's your clan. Time with Francis, the unique delight. Don't miss the magic, shine